You know that feeling the world is just buzzing all the time. And in the middle of all that noise, our attention has become this incredibly fragile, super valuable thing. And hey, this isn't some kids these days rant. Nope. This is a story about all of us, from toddlers to our grandparents. Okay, so I want to ask you something. And be honest with yourself. How many times have you already checked your phone just today? Since you woke up this morning, think about it for a second. The actual number. Well, it's probably going to shock you. Get this. The average person gets hit with about 146 notifications every single day. That works out to an interruption roughly every 10 minutes that you're awake. Every 10 minutes. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment. I mean, can you imagine if a real person came up and tapped you on the shoulder that many times in one day? You'd think they were crazy. You'd call it harassment, right? Well, that is exactly what our phones are doing to our brains all day long. So where does this whole cycle even start? Well, it starts way, way earlier than most of us think. We have to go back to the very beginning, the foundation years. And we're going to talk about something called the digital pacifier. Yeah, the digital pacifier. It's exactly what it sounds like. Using a screen, a phone or a tablet, to occupy a little kid. And look, it totally gives parents a much-needed break. We get it. But the research is pretty clear. It comes with a pretty big price tag. We're talking about slower language development and, critically, a tougher time for kids learning to control their own impulses. There was this incredible experiment in a Turkish preschool that went viral. They had two groups of kids. The first group, the ones used to screens, they tried to do a simple physical puzzle and got restless after just 2 minutes. Their brains were just wired for that instant gratification, that fast reward loop from a screen. But the other group, the ones who had more hands-on playtime, they actually built the puzzles, developing patience and focus the old-fashioned way. So what's the fix? How do we deal with this? Well, it's not about throwing all the tech in the garbage. It's really about balance. It's the simple things, Talking more, playing together, reading bedtime stories. These are the things that rebuild focus through actual real-world connection. Now, that early wiring for distraction, it doesn't just go away. It has this huge ripple effect as those kids grow into teens and young adults. For this generation, distraction isn't just a bad habit anymore. It's become a reflex. It's automatic. Check this out. A study from the University of Copenhagen found that when students try to multitask, phone out, laptop open, music playing, they remember up to a quarter less of what they're studying. 25%. Just think about what that means when you're cramming for a big exam or trying to learn a new skill for a job. So the fix here is all about retraining your brain. Think of it like a muscle you haven't used in a while. The challenge is to just try single tasking. Just once a day. Go for a walk and leave your phone at home. Study without music in the background. You will literally feel your focus start to stretch and get stronger again. It's an amazing feeling. And of course, that distraction reflex, it follows us right into our adult lives. Especially now, in this work from anywhere world, the lines are just gone. It's like we're all living in this constant fog, trapped in this never-ending cycle of interruptions. The average adult worker gets 11 minutes. That's it. Just 11 minutes of focused work before an email, a Slack ping, something interrupts them. Seriously, what can anyone possibly get done? Any deep, meaningful work in just 11 minutes? And here's the real kicker. It takes, on average, 25 minutes to get back into that state of deep focus once you've been knocked out of it. So do the math. We're always in a deficit. We spend our days just trying to catch up, losing a huge chunk of our productivity and creativity in the process. Okay, so how do we fight back as adults? You have to be intentional about it. You have to carve out the time. Try blocking off just 1 hour a day where you silence everything, no exceptions. Some companies are even trying things like no meeting Wednesdays. And it's so important to remember, if you have kids, they're watching you. They copy what you do, not what you say. But this whole battle for our attention, it doesn't just magically end when you retire. Not at all. That habit of distraction follows us, which is why boomers and seniors are kind of the forgotten front line in this whole thing. Research from the NIH is really clear on this one. Seniors who spend over 3 hours a day just passively looking at screens, they consistently score lower on memory and recall tests. It's a real, measurable cognitive cost. But, and this is the really good news, that same research found something amazing. Seniors who balance that screen time with physical, real-world hobbies, things like gardening, reading a book, playing an instrument, they show so much more cognitive resilience. their brains are stronger. And the fixes are actually really simple and honestly really rewarding. Just swap one of your scrolling sessions for a short walk outside. Instead of texting a friend, give them a call. Read a story to a grandchild. That connection, that real engagement, it's like powerful medicine for your brain. You know, maybe the best part of this whole story is that we're not fighting this battle alone, not by a long shot. This is way bigger than just a few individual fixes. There's a huge global movement that's starting to push back, really fighting for the value of our attention. I mean, look at what's happening. You've got screen-free week in thousands of schools in the US. In India, there's the whole hashtag #LookUpIndia movement. Europe has these all-digital weeks with unplug challenges. In Asia, they're teaching slow tech, this idea of using tech mindfully. All over the world, people are waking up and deciding to reclaim their focus together. And just to be super clear, this movement, it's not anti-technology. Not at all. Technology is amazing. It's about being pro-attention. It's about deciding what we want to do with our time and our focus. It's about remembering that these tools are supposed to work for us, not the other way around. So that leaves us with one last big idea to chew on. Think about it. Your attention is the real currency of your life. It's way more valuable than money. Because wherever your attention goes, that's where your life follows. So the big question for all of us is, where are you choosing to spend it?